Cowabunga dudes, I'm wearing my green on purpose because I'm making a video about the turtles. Yes, that's right, I'm making a video about how to, in Articulate Storyline, create what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle leadership style you are. Now, two reasons for doing this. One, I thought it'd be a little bit of fun. And two, I get to show a really quite, at times, complex method in Articulate Storyline that you can all copy. Happily you use this video, use the instructions I give you, copy this and create your own course covering leadership styles or personality types or what type of character are you, what character from Barbie are you? Are you Barbie or Ken? You can apply these exact same principles. So just watch the video, I cover everything, I show you the end result to begin with so you can know what you're dealing with, and then I show you from the very beginning, so a completely blank Articulate Storyline course, how to create this process so it works for you. Anyway, I'll try and stay back from using all the turtle things. I did love turtles as a kid though, absolutely big fan of it. Love the cartoons and the movies and the songs and everything. Anyway, enough with that. On with the training on how to use Articulate Storyline to create what leadership style are you based on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Here I am in Articulate Storyline and this is the Turtles course. But rather than me showing you, how I've made it, which I will do in this video in detail, let me show you it working. So I'm going to preview the entire project. Let me show you all the functions of it. Ninja sound effects there. Instructions as to what's going on. You can start the quiz. So let's start the quiz. Which one best describes you? I think I see the bigger picture. I also like to share responsibilities with others, and I follow a structured approach. I'll follow a structured approach. More ninja effects. And then finally, go to results. It says that I am Michelangelo. There you go. I'm the laid back leader. I wear an orange mask. So there you go. That's it working. Just to prove to you that it works, in case you're thinking, well, you get the same results every single time. Let me just show you that 100% it does work. Ninja sound effects. Start. I analyse situations, I take ownership of actions, and, little mistake there, and I adhere to policies. Let's get to results. I'm Leonardo. There we go. So, proof it works. What I'm going to do is training course, so I'm going to show you how to build this from the very beginning. I'm actually going to start with a completely blank Articulate Storyline course. Things I've done in advance though to make sure I get everything I needed. I've got images that I'm going to be using. So I've got all the different turtles. I've got ninja sound effects that you've had the pleasure of hearing. I've got backdrops and so forth. Also, I got from the internet, I got different personality types here. So this is Leonardo, who's a tactical leader. Raphael, the aggressive leader. Michelangelo, the laid back leader. So I've got all of that information, and to help me with the questions, I've got these different personalities as well, or these different elements of leadership style. So these are Leonardo's ones, Raphael's, Donatello's, and Michelangelo's. Now, the scoring system, just to explain the scoring system for this, we need something that's going to show that at the end you are Leonardo, or that you are Michelangelo, or Raphael, or Donatello. You need something to do that. And the method I've chosen is a point system. If you answer the questions that are linked to Leonardo, as if you give those as the answer, each one of those is worth 1. If you choose Raphael, so they're all worth 5, Donatello's, they're all worth 10, and if you choose Michelangelo's ones, they're all 15. The logic being, if that you predominantly answer Leonardo questions, you're going to end up with a low score. And therefore, I can tell Storyline that anything with a particular low score within a certain range to show Leonardo as the answer. Same with Raphael. So if you're scoring, let's say it's 3 questions and you're scoring, 11, you've picked Raphael twice and there's only 3 questions, you've also picked Leonardo once, which means that you're more likely to be Raphael in your answers. So it'll give that result through. So this is the logic I've gone for. It's the same logic that used to be applied in the training courses that I used to attend many years ago, where you got a paper form and you got told to answer 30, 40 questions. And at the end of it, it says, if your score is between X and Y, so if it's between 40 and 45, then you are this type of leader. If your score is between 46 and 50, you are this type of leader. If you're between 51 and 55, you are this type of leader. So it's applying those exact same principles. Also, something to really bear in mind is that we're talking about the leadership styles of the turtles. Yes, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who are transformed from turtles by some nuclear substance. So don't take it too seriously. But let's have a little bit of fun with it. All of that data, by the way, is available on the internet, and you can find the same one for the turtles or for something else very easily. Let me show you how I created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles leadership quiz. So slide 1, this is the untitled slide. You can have this as your title. So let's make life easy. By the way, I'm just going to do this in a very simple form, so it's obvious what we're talking about. So title, and we're going to have a button. Let's bring in the turtles. Yeah, there we have it. Picture of the turtles, and we're going to insert a button, and that button is going to be for start. There we go. That's the first slide. Nothing fancy happening there. Next thing to do, create a new slide, new blank slide. Now this is where we actually start to use the triggers, the variables and everything else. Let's start by, let's have a reminder of what we're doing here. So this is what the slide is going to look like. In the end of it, it's going to look like this. It's going to have a question on it. Don't worry about all the fancy graphics. We'll put those in as the last thing, but it's going to have a question, and then you can have answer options, and it's going to have these checkboxes. So let's put a title at the top, and the title is question 1. Actually, I'll just put question 1 there. There you go. I'm only doing this just to make it really obvious what's happening. Then we want to create a shape. And I want to put in there, I'll put a text box within there. So answer 1. And we want to insert a checkbox, so that tick box. So the way to do it is go to insert, go to input, click on that drop down, and these are your options here. I use this one, I think, so let's click on that one again. I'll draw it. There you go, that is my checkbox. I'm going to copy that for answer 2. And again for answer 3. And finally, you've guessed it, for answer 4. Now the reason I've gone for 4 answers is because there's 4 turtles. And because the data that I'm using is this data here. So what is the leadership quality? But for Leonardo, it's this one. Raphael, it's this one. Donatello, it's this one. And for Michelangelo, it's this one. So there's 4 options as answers. That's the reason I've gone for 4. These checkboxes, you want the checkboxes to be unchecked, because when the user does this, you want them to actually check them or tick them so that they then go to the next slide. But you want them to be unchecked. What you now need to do is create some variables. So the variables we're going to create, well, first off, top right, go to the variables, which is this one here. And we want to create a variable. To create a new variable, the variable you want to create is called total. And it wants to be a number, and the value is 0. Press OK. So we have a variable there called total. Okay, press OK. Insert a text box. I'll show you what we're doing in just a second, but just follow me. So I've got a text box, and you want to type that in. So it's percentage, and then the name of the variable, which is total, and then percentage. Click away from that. You can see it changes to 0. I've not done anything else to it. I've just typed in what you saw me type in, which is it down there. You can see the actual text within there is down there. And that's because it is showing this variable. So that figure there will always show what this variable is. If I was to open up the Turtles quiz one, the one I've already created, I have got the variable. I'll just move it back to where it came from. There you go, that's the answer there. Now the user isn't going to see it. On our new version, we're going to have it on the screen just so I can see it, just so I can see that it's working. But when you actually finish it, you just move it off the screen and the user doesn't see it. We're now at the stage of adding in the numbers associated with choosing these answers. So the scoring system is as follows. I've decided that this is the best way of doing it, that if you score a very high score, then you're going to be Michelangelo. If you score a bit less, it's going to be Donatello, a bit less Raphael, and if it's a low score, it's Leonardo. A low score doesn't mean that you're not a good leader, it just means there's the points associated with these answers are low, and that's the thing that differentiates it. So if your score is 3 or 4, then you're going to be a Leonardo because these are worth 1. If you choose these, I'll pick them as a 5, a 10 and a 15. But I'll let you do the mathematics behind it to work out the best way to try and get it so that people are pulling through the right answer. So click on the checkbox. Do not check the checkbox, just click on the checkbox as the object and then go to triggers. And what you want to do is adjust variable. And what you want to do is, instead of set, you want to add. You want to add a value. And the value, because we're going to do it for answer 1, which will be Leonardo, you want to add 1 to the total when the user clicks on checkbox 1. That is what you need to do. The other thing you need to do, if they click on checkbox 1, you want them to straight away go to question 2. Create another trigger. So you want to show layer, the layer being question 2, when the user clicks on checkbox 1. What we want to do now is copy these for the other checkboxes. So create another trigger, adjust variable, add the value, so pick the value you want for answer 2. So we're going to say that these are worth 5 points to total if the user clicks on that. We're also going to click on show layer, so I'll just copy and paste show layer. Let's do it again. Now normally you can copy and paste these things, but I don't know why it's not letting me, but not to worry. Not the hardest thing in the world. I'll just give these a value of 10. But I do want to copy and paste that. And then finally, same process again, adjust the variable. Set total. Let's actually add total. So add value of 20. To the total when the user clicks on checkbox 4. Okay, and then show question 2. So if we preview this slide, it should work. So answer 1, there you go. The score's gone up to 1 because we've picked 1 with a value of 1. Let's do that again. I'm going to do it for one of the other options. So the value associated with number 3 was 10, so that should change to 10. There we go. Change to 10, and we've now moved on to question 2. So it works perfectly. We're going to apply this exact same principle to these checkboxes here. So we're going to adjust the variable. We're going to add a value of 1 to the total when the user clicks on it, and we are going to show layer Q3 when the user does it. So we're just doing exactly what we've just done. Just to speed things up a little bit, I am fast forwarding the video for this, but it's the same principle as what you've just learnt. There we go. Now I've just realised on Q1 I gave the value here of 20 and she wants that to be 15. So I'm just going to change that to 15. So if you answer 4, you get 15 points. So just to be consistent, same one with that one there. If you answer that, you're going to get 15. And we're going to repeat the same process for question 3 as well. So I'm going to speed up the video just because it's exactly the same process. The only difference this time is that we're going to go to the results screen when the user clicks on the answer within question 3. And once again, I'm just speeding up the clip here because you've been shown how to do this. It's exactly the same process. You're just adding in those values of 1, 5, 10 and 15, making sure they're adding on to the total variable, and you're also adding in the trigger, so it goes to the appropriate layer, and the appropriate layer this time is the results layer. Let's test that this works. So we're going to choose answer 2, which is worth 5. I'll choose answer 1, which is worth 1, so that should say 6. And I'll choose answer 3, which is worth 10, so that gives me a score of 16. I can't see it because I've hidden it. Let me just move that away because it is a worthwhile exercise. There we go. Let's try it again this time. So what did we say? 5 points. We're going to add in 1 point. Let's add in 10 points. So we should have 16. There we go. We've got a score of 16. Now, don't worry about the fact you can see everything below in the layers. We're going to tidy this whole thing up very shortly. But the reason I've done this, I've left these all on there, is because I wanted to see that score count. That score count means nothing to the user. It's just for us and our sums, so that we can then give them the correct turtle. And speaking of giving the right or the correct turtle, this is what we need to do now. So there's a results button. Based on the score and the total, we need to send them off to either Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello or Michelangelo. So let's create some triggers for that. So click on the results button, create a trigger, and you want to show layer of whichever one you want, so Leonardo, when the user clicks on button 1, if, and we've got to be in variables here, if the total, which is a variable, instead of equals to, you can click on the little equals sign, and it's between 2 values. So between the value of 0 and let's say 10. So if they score 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, then it will take them off to Leonardo. It will say that they are a Leonardo leader. Let's do that same process again though. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. So I'll click on it, Control C, Control V. And instead of Leo, I want to show them a Raphael. When the user clicks on button 1, if a total is between 11 and I'm going to say 20. As I keep saying though, you need to do your science on this. You need to work out what score people need to get different leaders. Donatello, again, let's go for 21 and 30. And finally, instead of Donatello, the last one is Michelangelo. If you are, instead of between 21 and 30, what you can do is, instead of between, pick greater than 31. So, they're going to be Leonardo between 0 and 10, Raphael if it's 11 and 20, Donatello if it's 21 and 30, and then Michelangelo if it's greater than 31. Let's see if this works. What score should we get? 10 points there, 15 points, another 15 points, 30, and give me the results. The results are that you are Donatello, and Donatello was 21 to 30. If you don't believe me, let's try it one more time. Let's go for a particularly low scoring one. So, answer 1, there you go, 6, 7. So 7 should be Leonardo because we said 0 to 10 was Leonardo. Results button, Leonardo. That is Leonardo. He's the one in the blue. So there we have it. That is how you build a course. Now, what I'll do next is show you how to make the course look particularly pretty. So you want to make it pretty. Let's go from the very beginning. In fact, let's go from story view. So in story view, click on both of these, and what you want to do is get rid of the previous next buttons, because we're not going to have the user click on previous or next. They're going to be clicking on start, or they're going to be choosing answer. So get rid of those. Go back into one of your slides, and then go to player, top right, and let's get rid of all these player options as well. So I'm going to choose to turn off all these. Of course, if you want to have your accessibility controls on and full screen and that type of thing, do as you wish. I'm just showing you how to create this. Then what we want to do, we want to make this a lot more pretty. So I put in title just so I knew it was a title slide. I've got these images. I got these images off the internet. You should get them off the internet as well. There you go. Put my images in there. Don't need to crop it, but I'm just going to tidy it all up just because it's easier to move around. Start button. What I'll do, I'll leave the start button there, but I want to fill it in. I'm going to color it, and I'm going to pick, using this the icon here, I'm going to pick that orange there. I'm also going to change the shape outline because it's currently blue. I'll make it black. In fact, I'll make it a bit thicker. Looks a bit cooler. And I might even apply an effect to it as well. So shape effect, shadow. Let's put a shadow on there. All right. So that's looking all right. It's not quite perfect yet, but it's looking pretty good. Looks quite central. Again, got these. I'm going to copy and paste them in. I could do this all as a master slide if I wanted to, which would probably make a lot of sense, but I've chosen not to. I'm going to crop that one at the end. Right, that's the first slide created. Pretty good. I think it looks very good actually. Yeah, I'll make the turtle look a bit bigger. There we have it. Now on my one I did have, admittedly, some instructions. So this is the original one. There we go. In fact, that's how I should probably do it. Let's delete those, put that in. Obviously you just create a box and then type it all out. But I'm going to save time. So next step is to go onto the other slide. So I'm just going to copy that backdrop. I'll go to the slide, so I'll go to the Q1 slide, which is the base layer. I'm going to move this number over here because I don't want that number showing on the screen. The users do not need to see this total, okay? They don't need to see it. It's just for us and our maths. I'll paste in that, I'll send it to back, and there we have that. Other thing that I did to make it look pretty cool, get that turtle symbol. There we have it. I'll crop it. By the way, yes, I am clicking very quickly, but it's just so I can show you everything. Make it smaller, rotate it. There we go, that. Once again, I want to fill these boxes in. So I want to fill in those boxes there, not the text, but the boxes themselves. I'm going to shape fill. Now I've already got the correct one here, which is that color there, kind of orange. But if you wanted, you could just use that the icon again, just to take the sample of it and put that in there. I'm going to change the font. In fact, I'm going to change the font throughout all of it. So the font I want to use was like I think it's called Robot or something like that. Roboto Black. That's the font I want to use. I'll use Find and Replace. So rather than me going through and changing all of these, because I have to do it on every single layer, go to Find and Replace, click on the little drop down arrow, go to Replace Fonts, pick the font that's in use, which is that Lato one there. Actually it's Open Sans, so pick the Open Sans one. These are Open Sans, you can see that up there. And I'll replace it with a Roboto. rebuttal black. Just because it looks better. Let's change the question. What did I pick on the other one? Let's stay consistent. Which best describes you? Pick one carefully. I'm saying that because I want the users to choose one. I'm going to change this box as well for that kind of orange. I'm going to pick my answers from my spreadsheet. So analyze the situations. Let's just move you over here. Plans ahead. Thinks outside the box. Sees the bigger picture. So that is question 1 built. Because we're going to the layer for question 2, I'm going to repeat the process. I don't want the back layer showing. There you can do. I suppose you can. It's not really going to impact it. But what I do want to do is I change the buttons to be the same colours. And to also change that. So copy that. Question 2. Shape fill. Shape fill. Let's put in some of these. Stay consistent. That this is from, I'm in the Raphael one now. Yes, I am aware it's gone off the screen. So just do a bit of tidying up. If you press Control on your keyboard as you then press the arrow buttons to move these things up, it moves them up in a big lump rather than individual pixels. It's very useful. There we go. And then question 3, should we make it perfect? So let's make question 3 perfect as well. So, trying to be too smart there. Question 3. Shape fill. Let's get those answers in. That's looking good. Result screen. Now the result screen is definitely not looking good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the backdrop there from the main screen, and then the result screen, I'm going to make major changes to it. So I'll paste those, and then I'm going to send them to the back. It's on the layer, they're on the back. And then see results. Once again, let's fill that in. I think it looks better with a black. Looks better with black. I think I need a turtles thing there, or maybe some instruction. Let's put an instruction in there. So well done. It's now, let's keep it in context. Well done, dude. Now time to see which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle leadership style is most suited to you. Then I think I'm going to put in the turtles symbol as well. Control V. There we go. And then finally, we're going to get to the results. So we've got Leonardo. Here. What I'll do, again from the results screen, I'll copy all of this over. I'm only going to copy over the backdrop. Let's get center back. Whilst I'm here, I'll do it for each of these. So Leonardo, and let's copy in the same format that we've done for this one. I'm going to change the text on it though, so don't worry about that. We will be changing the text. Let's get the Word document up. It's Leonardo, here we go. Make it nice and easy to read. I think that's all of them. Get rid of that. Centralize that. You might want to make that font a bit bigger. Just for Leonardo. There we go. Leonardo, Tactical Leader. Let's now repeat that process for all of the other turtles. So Raphael. So make sure you are changing it though. Raphael, the aggressive leader. He's quite aggressive actually, isn't he? So what font size was that? That was a size 14. So let's just highlight that. Drop it down to 14. Again, just to make it easier to read. Repeat this for Donatello. Don't know if I've centralised the others, but probably should do. Just for that consistency. Get rid of that at the end. And finally, Michelangelo. For anyone who's wondering, with all these Control C's and the Control V's and the clicking the mouse and the multiple documents open and the quick creation of everything and the problem solving, whatever, this is just generally how I work. So if you're looking for someone to build some courses for you, this is the process I use. Get in contact. Details on my YouTube channel. I think that's all of them. No doubt I've missed one at some point, but hey ho. Fine. Make them all line up quite nicely. There you go. Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, and finally Leonardo. Make sure you save it. I've not saved at any point during this. That's really bad. And I think I've done, oh no I haven't, need to put a sound effect in, didn't I? So there you go. To add in sound effects, you can just, actually the way to do it is to go to Insert, Audio, find where it is, it's in Pictures, Turtles, Ninja Sound. There you go. I'll have the Ninja Sound playing as the screen starts. You could also have a Ninja Sound at another time, so I had it there. So let's go for Insert, let's do it again. Audio, Audio from File, Ninja Sound. Ninja Sound. Last few things we want to do, let's have a little bit of transitioning happening. So I went for Dissolve Transition. So go for Dissolve Transition. Just flying through this. If you want to know more about how to do transitions and animations and so forth, I do have videos on how to do that. I wanted the turtles thing as well to animate. I want it to fly in from the bottom, and then I want both of those to come in later on. And I'd like them both to make sure I've got them correctly. I'd like them to fade in. And then this one here, for Q1, we'll leave it as is. I'm happy with that. All right, let's save that once again and let's give it a go. Make sure it works. So I'm going to preview the entire project. There we go. We've got a ninja sound effect. Cowabunga do da 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 da. I could do with moving that over a little bit. We're going to click start. Start will take us straight into it. So which one are you? Pick one carefully. I'm going to plan ahead. I ensure I do that, and I adhere to training. There we go. Let's ninja sound effect again, and we're going to then see results. And it says I am Raphael, the aggressive leader. There we have it. Thank you for watching this video. If you watch this video from start to finish, you'll know two things. One, how to create the course. Yep, in Articulate Storyline, you will be able to create this course if you follow my instructions. And two, more importantly, what leadership style of a turtle you have. I'm going to make an assumption here. Most of you are Donatellos because you're all tech savvy. Anyway, hopefully you found this very useful. Subscribe to my channel. Got lots more videos on a lot of topics, including Articulate Storyline, Rise, Camtasia, and a variety of other things. Like the video, it helps me. Got any questions? Put them in the comments down below. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching the video.